Welcome to 3-Star Superstars, where we look at some of the best and brightest 3-star heroic spirits through Fate's Grand Order. While they may eventually be outclassed in terms of pure stats by higher rarity alternatives, these servants possess unique skills or fulfill specific niches that see them retain their utility long after multiple gold servants have visited your Chaldea. Hassan of the 100 Personas is an excellent single-target assassin who, if it weren't for the existence of Ryodi Shiki, would lay claim to the title of greatest free-to-play assassin in Fate's Grand Order. And really shouldn't have been cut from the Camelot movie. They are a solid damage dealer that brings numerous benefits, particularly for arts lineups, operating effectively as a damage dealer, sub-damage dealer, or in some cases, even as a soloist option. Hundred Personas is a competent assassin damage dealer who performs well in both team and solo situations. Their primary weapon is Zabania, a powerful single-target Arts Noble Phantasm that inflicts significant damage on Rider and Berserker enemies, despite what Fate Zero would have you believe. 100 Personas is able to access this by way of their 2 Arts cards, which each have an impressive 3 hits, and via their first skill, Librarian of Knowledge rank C. This boosts NP gain for 3 turns, in addition to improving critical star generation, which can in turn create critical hits, further increasing NP gain from those arts cards. The sole offensive steroid within their kit comes from their second skill, Wide Specialization rank A+, which grants 30% buffs to their Buster, Quick, and most importantly, Arts cards for 3 turns. But there's a catch. Each buff is chance-based, ranging between a 60% hit rate at level 1 to 80% at level 10, while it can occasionally miss. When the Arts buff hits, it takes 100 Personas NP damage from good to great. Better still, at max level, it has a cooldown of just 5 turns, leaving only a 2-turn interval between buffs. 100 Personas works effectively within Arts lineups, including alongside other Arts assassins. In these setups, they make full use of their deck and NP to form Arts chains, enabling both them and their teammates to gain access to their noble phantasms. It is within such teams that the first after effect of Zabania comes into play. After dealing damage, it inflicts a 20% Arts resistance debuff upon the target. This leaves them vulnerable to 100 Personas' own Arts and NP damage, in addition to that of their teammates, particularly benefiting Arts servants, such as fellow Hassan Serenity and Okada Izo. However, where 100 Personas is able to unleash her true damage potential is when taking the central damage role. Librarian of Knowledge generating NP gauge and critical stars, and Wide Specialization buffing Arts and NP damage. Better still, they also possess self-sustaining survivability. Zabania's second post-damage effect is to reduce the target's critical damage rate by between 50 to 100%, depending on overcharge, leading to few opposition critical hits. While Wide Specialization brings with its buff a 1-turn evade that at maximum level has an excellent 5-turn cooldown. Finally, Battle Retreat offers substantial healing, however, at the significant cost of losing all current buffs, meaning it should only be used when the time is right. All of this is exponentially augmented using the right supports, making 100 Personas significantly more powerful and giving them even easier access to Zabania. the focus is on buffs to arts and NP damage and NP gain. Taster Gilgamesh and Tamara no Mai are solid choices, while Paracelsus brings an excellent NP gain buff to improve 100 Personas' NP gauge generation. Nero Bride is also an exceptional option, offering NP gain and star drop bonuses, in addition to an attack buff and even some defensive assistance. However, the best choice is likely the Prince of Lanling, who offers an arts buff, 2 attack buffs, an NP battery, and, especially relevant to 100 Personas, a buff hit percentage increase, ensuring wide specialization works as intended. Alternatively, they do have soloing potential, possessing both offensive and defensive self-sufficiency. An art-centric deck, with Librarian of Knowledge increasing NP gain and wide specialization buffing arts damage, creates significant NP looping potential, as every NP continuously hammers opponents with arts resistance debuffs. Each Zabanir is stronger than the last. At the same time, their evade, battle retreat heal, and critical rate debuff on Zabanir help keep them alive, completing a well-rounded NP-fueled assault. However, as a low-rarity assassin, 100 Personas is limited by mediocre stats that will eventually see them overpowered by higher-rarity DPS alternatives. But have no fear, even when used alongside higher-rarity damage dealers, 100 Personas has much to bring to the table. 100 Personas also works effectively as a supporting damage dealer, particularly in arts lineups, bringing much to the team. Unlike certain other more selfish assassins, they don't require the majority of tax nor need to hold up stars in order to operate well alongside other servants. Along with Zabanir, 100 Personas can help generate stars through Librarian of Knowledge and their 2 quick cards, each coming with 3 hits apiece. They facilitate arts chains through their double arts deck and Noble Phantasm. In addition, they further support art-centric teams through Zabanir's arts resistance debuff, making enemies more vulnerable to arts attacks. On the defensive end, they reduce enemies' critical hit rate through the after effect on Zabanir. This makes 100 Personas a well-rounded servant that has much to bring to the table, even aside from their Noble Phantasm. Hassan of the 100 Personas may be the most overlooked assassin in Fate Grand Order. They haven't reached popularity from the story like Cursed Arm, got stomped on in their main event appearance by Mysterious Assassin E, and have yet to transcend to a higher realm like the Saviour of France. Yet, 100 Personas does it all. Let's give them some love. They should have been in that Camelot movie. I've been Dunes, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and say in the comments who you think should be next in this series. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.